In terms of looking at the week ahead and the markets, well, we're going to see there's an impending unlocking of shares in the Grayscale Bitcoin Trust purchased in January as a source of downside risk to the cryptocurrency markets, according to JP Morgan. Strategist Nicholas Pernegertzoglu, he was writing that selling of GBTC shares exiting the 6-month lockup period during June and July has emerged as an additional headwind for Bitcoin. So I'm hearing from a lot of analysts that we may see some short-term downside, but long-term still very bullish out there. And just a note to viewers, of course, Grayscale is a sister company to CoinDesk. Another headwind we're watching out for is China. They, as I mentioned earlier, they're cracking down, but it seems every year they're banning Bitcoin to some degree. This time they are saying that, they want to limit trading, they want to limit financial institutions funding crypto exchanges. They're also cracking down on China mining, and so we are seeing this great migration. And Christie, I wonder, are things different this time? We are certainly seeing miners leave. Bit mining and Canaan, one of the largest Bitcoin mining machine manufacturers, are opening spaces in Kazakhstan. And there's a report that a Chinese logistics firm is airlifting Bitcoin mining machines to Maryland. So is there teeth to this?
Yeah, there's actually there's a lot of movement happening right now when it comes to Bitcoin mining. And I think it's going to be interesting to see exactly how it shakes out. There's a really interesting article published on Hash Rate Index by Colin Harper that looks at where these miners could go, where they are going, and not just that, but what it will take to actually get it to happen. Because it's one thing to say, oh, they can just move their mining operations to Kazakhstan or to Texas or to Canada. But it's a whole other thing to actually get the equipment there, or to buy it. Are you putting it on a slow ship? How are you getting it to the port in the first place? Remember, a lot of these mining facilities are in remote areas of China, up in the mountains, or out where nobody else, where there's hydroelectric power that's available to them because there's nobody around. So they are often a lot of them, not all, but a lot of them are out in remote areas. So they have to transport all of their mining equipment, and that is not a light proposition. All their mining equipment, plus the racks that they store them in, and they have to uproot all of that, move it to a new facility. They have to source the power. They have to find the real estate. They have to potentially rebuild or build new racks to put the equipment in. And they want to locate it someplace that is not going to be as regulatorily up in the air as China is right now. So yes, places like Kazakhstan, places like Russia, they're nice and close. They'd be easy to move to. But once you get there, right, as far as regulation is concerned, they're a little bit dicey too. Yeah, what if they get there and then in 2 years, Russia decides, nope, we're not going to let you mine here either. So they would look for places maybe in the US or Canada where there's a bit more of an openness from regulators, and they're not going to have to worry about that. There's lots of energy available in the United States and Canada, and that's great, but to physically get the equipment there, that's a barrier. To physically build those plants once they get there and have staff to put it together and run it, that's another issue. So logistically, it's going to be tough.